go ahead and take a look at another way of writing linear equations. Okay, and this is called standard form. And so with standard form, what we're going to look at today is, can I find the x and y intercepts and graph equations in standard form? So let's take a look at what standard form is first. Okay, what standard form is here is it's ax plus by equals c. Ax plus by equals c. And when we look at problems in standard form, I want to give you like a real life example here just to kind of help you understand why it's written like this. Okay, so if I were to look at this example, I've got 1x plus $1.50 y equals 15. Let's talk about this. Okay, let's say that you go to a basketball game or a football game, go to concessions or a baseball game, and let's say that hot dogs are $1. So the 1 here would stand for the cost of the hot dog. Okay, the x here would represent how many you're getting, number of hot dogs you buy. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look. Let's say that you end up getting a soda as well. Let's say the $1.50 represents the cost for a soda. The y then would represent how many sodas you buy, so the number of sodas you buy. And so then last but not least, what would the 15 represent here? It'd be the total cost of your bill, or for food and drink. So if you had $15 and you want to know how many sodas, how many hot dogs you could buy, this is an example of just a problem in standard form. Okay, so let's talk about how do we graph these? Because these are they look a little different. They're not in y equals mx plus b, my favorite. Okay, so in order to graph these, we actually need to find what we call the intercepts. And we've already talked about the y-intercept. It's where the line crosses the y-axis. And so the y-intercept, we know, is when x is 0, and then you find the value for y. Okay, that is your y-intercept. Well, our line can also cross the x-axis. And when the line crosses the x-axis, that's called your x-intercept. And this is when actually y is 0 and you have a value for your x. So when we graph these, we are going to talk about finding our x and y intercepts. It's the easiest way to graph problems in standard form. So let's just jump right in and take a look at them. So the very first question here is, let's just see if we can identify the intercepts. We don't even have to graph it yet. Let's just identify them. Okay, so again, I'm going to go back. In order to find your y-intercept, okay, we're going to have 0 for x. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put 0 in for x. So if I substitute 0 in for x here, and then I go about to solve for my y value, 3 times 0 is just nothing, it's gone. Divide both sides by 4, and the y value is 6. So that would be your y-intercept here. If we want to find the y-intercept of a problem in standard form, we are going to plug 0 in for x. But we also want to find both here, so we want to find the x-intercept. And in order to find the x-intercept, we're going to put 0 in for the y. So I'm going to have 3x plus 4 times 0 equals 24. And we know 4 times nothing is nothing, so we're left with 3x equals 24. The inverse of 3 times x would be divide. We're going to divide both sides by 3. And here we get x equals 8. So what this is saying is that the line is going to cross your x-axis, your x-intercept at 8, 0. And the y-intercept it's going to cross the y-axis at 0, 6. So that's how we can find the intercepts. Down below on example 3, let's look at what do we do if we're given the intercepts, can we graph them? So I'm going to go ahead, that's kind of not a very nice straight line. I'm going to go ahead and get my axes here. So this is my y-axis. That's not a very straight line either. I'll try it again. Here's my x-axis. Okay. And the x-intercept is where the line crosses the x-axis. So this is the point at -2, 0. So I'm going to go backwards 2 and I'm going to go up nowhere and I'm going to plot that dot. So to graph these, you just plot the 2 points. My y-intercept is at 3, 0. So what does that mean? That means x is 0, y is 3. So I'm going to go on the y-axis to the +3, place a dot. And when you're given 2 points, we know this is linear, we just can connect them. And that is how you would graph equations in standard form. You would find your x-axis, you'd find your x-intercept, you'd find your y-intercept and graph them. Let's go ahead and look at our next example. The next one wants us to find and graph. So it's kind of taking example 2 and 3 and doing one problem. So let's go ahead and find the x-intercept. We know we're going to put 0 in for y. So if I have x plus -2 times 0 equals -2, well, -2 times 0 is just nothing. We just have x equals -2 here. So your x-intercept is -2. Let's go ahead and we need to identify my y-intercept. Where will this line cross the y-axis? And that means we're going to put 0 in for x. So 0 plus -2y equals -2. We have 0 here. So the inverse of -2 times y is divide. Whatever we do to one side, we want to make sure we do to the other. -2 divided by -2 is just 1y. And -2 divided by is just 1. So your y-intercept here is 1. So let's go ahead. Let's get our graph set up. Here's our y-axis. Here's our x-axis. We want to plot these dots, or these points. So my x-intercept is at -2, 0. So I'm going to go to the -2, backwards 2 from the origin. Your x-intercept is plotted on the x-axis. It's where the line is going to cross the x-axis. Your y-intercept is at 0, 1. And when we connect these, that is what our graph will look like. So the very last thing, these obviously have slopes, right? This has positive slopes and negative slopes. The very last thing we want to talk about is what happens when we have a horizontal or vertical line. Well, remember the horizontal line means we're going to have a slope of 0. Because that line is left and right. And remember, our vertical line means we're going to have a slope that is no slope. So we're going to talk about some of these and which one is our 0 slope and which one is our no slope. Let's start with the horizontal. Okay. If we think of a horizontal line here, and that means I have a 0 slope. Okay, that means your x is going to be 0. So if we want to think back to standard form where we have ax plus by equals c, if you have a 0 slope, your x is going to be 0. So this is 0x, which just cancels out. So you are going to be left with y equals a value. So anytime we see an equation where it says y equals, let's look at this one, y equals 1. That is a 0 slope. Let's talk about what that graph would look like. If I go ahead and get my y-axis labeled here and my x-axis labeled, y equals 1, what that means is you're going to go on the y-axis to the number 1, and you have a horizontal line through that point. That's it. What if I said y equaled -3? How would we graph that one? Well, we would go on the y-axis to -3, put your dot, and you have a horizontal line. 0 slope. So if we talk about no slope, if 0 slope, your x is going to be 0. Then when we have a no slope, and we think of our general form ax plus by equals c, this is where y is going to be 0. And if y is 0, this cancels out, and so we're just left with x equals a number. So let me go ahead and get our graph set up here. We have our y-axis, and we have our x-axis. One example might be x equals 4. How would we graph this? We'd go over on the x-axis to 4, plot the dot, and you have a vertical line. You have a no slope. And I'll give you one last example. It'll be a negative example. If we had x equals a -2, how do we graph that? We go on the x-axis to -2, place a dot, and you have a vertical no slope, a vertical line. That's it for standard form, finding those x and y intercepts and understanding horizontal and vertical lines as well.